So to understand how we need to design our cities, our towns, our buildings for climate change and other resilience challenges, we need to really understand what those challenges are. So first of all, we need to look at how we assess what those challenges are that the cities and buildings might face now and in the future. And I think one of the things that's really important to look at is we have an underlying system that already has a number of issues and challenges that we face. And then you have climate change coming in really as a multiplier on many of those issues. So how do we understand what those different challenges are? So that's the first step, is how do we assess the issue? And then we need to go through and understand what the options and lever points are to make changes so that we can look at building codes, policies, regulations, how do you engage with communities in their planning processes? There's a whole bunch of different areas that we can look at for improving the resilience of those communities. And it can get really, really specific and granular. So, what does it mean for how you think about air conditioning units for buildings, and what is the effect that that's gonna have on communities? And then we also need to think about how different parts of the infrastructure can support communities to be more resilient. So what is the role of hotels in providing resilient outcomes for communities? Can they be part of a solution if they're in the event of a disaster in the future, for floods, for fires? So these are not future problems. These are now problems, and they're just going to get more frequent, more severe, more unpredictable in terms of where they're impacting. So how we think about, again, changing some of the codes, our design guidelines, and really thinking about it from a holistic point of view, starting now. Because all of these things that we're building, designing, are supposed to last for 100 years. And it's gonna look really different. So if we're not designing, even for the basics of what's happening now, we're never gonna get a resilient outcome in the future.